Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Christ here, and I've had a couple parents who asked me for some ways that they could practice the spelling words each week with their students that wasn't just super boring and plain, but also wasn't difficult or hard to do or where they had to go out and buy any materials for it. So I did send home on the Blooms app, and we will be sending home a paper copy next week of about 8 different engaging and fun activities you could try with your students. But I also wanted to put a little video together real quick to show you 5 pen and paper spelling activities that you could do. A couple of these were put on the paper that I posted and that I'm sending home next week, but I also wanted to show you what it looked like real quick. So the ones I'm going to show you are rainbow write, spiral spelling, sailboat spelling, scribble spelling, and ghost spelling. And all you'll need for these, again, are a piece of paper and like either some pencils, pens, crayons, markers, things like that that they could write with. So for the first one, rainbow write, you need crayons or markers, either one, something where you can do different colors. It could even be pen or colored pencils, but where they get to choose a few colors that they would like. So let's say I'm a kid who wants blue and red and orange and green. So I'm just going to pick out a few crayons, and then you're going to tell me the word for the moment, and I'm going to write it with one crayon. So I'll pick up my blue first, and this week one of the words was baking. So I'm going to write B-A-K-I-N-G. And please try to encourage your students to only write with lowercase letters when they're doing their spelling practice, because none of these words are proper nouns. None of them belong having capital letters unless they're at the beginning of a sentence. So please try and make sure that they're doing lowercase at this point in time. So now that I've done it in blue, I'm just going to pick up a different color and trace right over top of it with the red. So this is going to start to make a rainbow. And it's okay if it's not perfect, because you want to be able to see the different colors. A lot of the kids have done this since kindergarten, and they usually like it. So this is something they should be pretty used to. So as you can see, one word, but I wrote it 4 times with 4 different colors. So they're still getting repetitively writing the same word over and over again, practicing that spelling, but they don't get it because they're having fun. So that's rainbow writing. For spiral spelling, this one I always liked as a kid, where you basically just take a pencil or a crayon and you draw a big spiral, or you can have them do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then inside of it, they're just going to fill up the spiral with the same word over and over again. So you have them start at the small little part in the middle. And I'm going to write baking. And you can do this with pen, pencil, crayon, marker, anything. And I write it again, baking. But just turning that paper every time kind of keeps me interested. And again, just lowercase letters, the same word over and over again. You could let them switch colors. It doesn't matter. As long as they fill out the whole spiral with the word. So that would be spiral spelling, where you just draw a spiral and you fill it up with the same word over and over again. And like I said, you could change out the colors, or it could just be done with pencil and paper. Doesn't matter. All right, next up was sailboat spelling. I'm not sure any of our students have actually learned this way yet, so this would be a new one that's kind of interesting and fun. This way, what you would do is, let's say I have my pencil here. you would start with the first letter. So if I'm doing the word baking, like I've been using as an example, the word starts with a B. So I'm going to write a B. Then underneath that, I'm going to write a B again, and I'm going to write A, B-A. The next letter in baking is a K. So underneath that, I'm going to write B-A-K. After that is I, so I'm going to go underneath it, B-A-K-I. So each time you're just adding a letter, but you're writing it underneath each other, B-A-K-I-N. And the last one, B-A-K-I-N-G. So if you notice, it kind of looks like a triangle or a sail on a sailboat. And you can let them actually draw the sail. And you can even make a little boat at the bottom that has the word underneath it. So I could do baking. So that's my baking sailboat. They really get a kick out of this. They love having fun with these types of things. I've done it before with other kids. All right. Scribble spelling was the next one I wanted to show you. And this one's fun because the beginning part is the best part. You just get to draw a giant scribble on your page. Whatever they want. Ta-da, it's beautiful. Oh, this part got messed up. And then inside each little section, they're going to fill that up with the same word over and over again. And they can do different words this time. So, for example, in this section, maybe, I want to write baking with this color over and over. Baking, baking, baking. And now I've run out of room with that section, so I'm going to move on to a new section. Well, I want to pick a different color, and maybe I want to do a different word. Another word this week was hiking. Hiking, H-I-K-I-N-G. And over again, I'll write that word with this color. Until you fill up the space. And then you pick a different color and choose another word this week. We had saving. So maybe I turn it this way. You can turn it any which way. It doesn't matter as long as they're writing the word over and over again, getting that practice, and filling up the whole little section in their scribble. So you kind of understand. I'm not going to do the whole entire scribble because it would take time and waste your time. But you get the gist. Every single section would be filled up with a different word or a different color, repeating the same word over and over and over again, just getting them to practice that same word. And the last one I wanted to show you is one that was on the post that I sent out. It's called ghost spelling. So for this, they will need a white crayon, and you will need some kind of a marker or different colored markers, okay? So what they do first is they write with the white crayon their spelling words. So I'm going to do hiking. And it's hard because you can't see it. And we'll do baking. I'll do both. And right now, you can't see much of anything except for maybe a little bit of wax, but you can't see it. And what they need to do then is they use the marker to just kind of find the letters. You just scribble over top so they enjoy this part. And it starts to come through like a little ghost, like a little mystery, like, ooh, look what I found. Ta-da. So I have H-I-K-I-N-G, hiking, and you can have them do that just like I did. So spell it out as they find it and say it again at the end. And then I think I did baking somewhere down here. There it is. So same thing, just using that white crayon first and then coloring over top with any kind of marker will give you a fun little magical surprise for their spelling. Okay, so I really hope that these 5 simple strategies will help you give your spelling practice each week a little bit of fun and excitement while still being cheap and easy. I hope you guys have a great week. Thank you.